First of all, I would like to respect the venerable lecturer and beloved classmate. Today, for the group 4, the topic class size and different ability. Group member, my name Kan Sophia Kunwandi, Miss Srimuj, Mr. Leimona, and Mr. Catherine. Next slide.
Can move, right?
Move.
Please give me a signal when you want to move the slide. You can say move slide, something like that.
The content one learning objective, two the classroom size, and three different ability in the classroom, four teaching strategy, four different ability, five challenges faced by teacher, six solution and recommendation, and seven conclusion, eight reference. Next slide. For the learning objective, by the end of this unit, student learning outcome of the unit, student will be able to one, identify the effect of classroom size on language learning, refer to explain how large and small classes influence teaching, learning, participation, and student achievement, and highlight differences between much ability learner in the classroom, refer to the recognize that students have different ability, learning style, interest, background, and learning proficiency level, and analyze challenges teacher face in large and small classes, refer to examine issues such as classroom management, student participation, and individual attention, and assessment in different class size, and describe strategy for teaching students with different ability, focus on discuss teaching techniques such as differentiated instruction, group scaffolding, and provide learning activity to meet student need, and explain effective classroom management techniques for much ability classes, refer to investigate way to create an inclusive and organized learning environment through clear instruction, classroom rule, cooperative learning, and effective use of resources. For the setting goal, student will understand how classroom size and learner diversity affect language teaching and learning. For the next slide. For the classroom size, the definition of classroom size refer to the number of students in a class during the teaching and learning process. Classroom size can influence student participation, teacher attention, classroom management, and learning outcome. For number two type of classroom size, the small classes. Example around 10-20 learner depending on the school or institution, because they are favor student, teacher can give more attention to each learner and create a more interactive learning environment. For example, a grade 5 in English class has 15 students. The teacher can listen to each student, read aloud, answer individual question, and provide feedback to everyone during the class. For the advantages of small class, for more individual attention from the teacher, focus on the teacher through enough time to focus on student need and learning difficulty. For example, if one student struggle with pronunciation, the teacher can spend extra time helping that student practice for a letter B, better classroom interaction, refer to student and teacher can communicate more easily and discussion become more meaningful. For example, in a class of 12 students, everyone can participate in a discussion about a story and share their opinion. And let us see easier classroom management focus on with sure student, the teacher can monitor behavior and organize activity more effectively. Example, during group work, the teacher can quickly move around the classroom and ensure all group are on task. Letter D, increase student participation. Focus on each student has more opportunity to ask questions, answer, and take part in activity. For example, in a speaking lesson with 10 students, every learner can give a short presentation, whereas in a class of 50 students, only a few students may have the chance to speak. That's all for the next presenter.
Yes, thank you, Venerable. So, firstly, I would like to pay my respect to Venerable. Good afternoon, teacher and classmates.
Good afternoon.
I will continue to discuss about the small classroom. So, we all know small classes offer great individual attention, but they do have downsides. Small classes typically there are 15 to 25 students, and they are mostly found in private school or specialized pilot program like New Generation School, or we call NGS school. So the disadvantages of the small class. Teacher, please move to next slide. Teacher. Yeah, so the first disadvantages is that you will get a limited peer interaction. So with only a few kids, student, they don't get exposed to many different perspectives, and the group discussion can become limited quickly because everyone already knows what everyone else thinks. And second, there's a higher educational cost. So small classes mean you need more teachers and classroom and need more resources, which can rise up the cost per student. So now let's talk about large classes. So large classes are very common in Cambodian public schools, often ranging from 40 to 50 or more than that, and particularly in the rural area in the urban areas or schools operating on a double shift system like morning or afternoon sessions to handle teacher shortages. So I will start from the advantages. So on the plus side, they offer more opportunities for group work. You can do group rotation, debates, or split the room into different teams easily. Faster learner can naturally step into peer teaching roles that help their classmates. And that also bring in a variety of diverse idea and experiences with the mix of backgrounds and viewpoints. So large public classroom bring together children from different family backgrounds and create a rich environment for sharing diverse community stories and regional experiences. And also, because of the given national budgets and teacher shortages, larger class help make the most of a single teacher and share resources like friends or share textbook and also standard chalkboards. So move to the disadvantages of the large class. The most obvious one is difficult classroom management. Just keeping everyone on task and sorry, teacher.
You want to move?
No, I'm still on that slide. I just heard you say something.
No.
Okay, let me go on. So, the most obvious thing that difficult is classroom management. So just keep everyone on task and managing the noise level. It already takes teachers' energy, and transition can also easily eat your teaching time. And next, with so many students in the room, it becomes incredibly difficult for teacher to check in on every single student during a lesson, making it easy for quieter or struggling students to be left behind. And most importantly, large classes mean you are dealing with a much wider range of mixed ability and learning needs. Due to large number and a lack of digital tools like projectors or individual computers, teachers often have to fall back on traditional passive teaching methods like choral repetition and rote textbook drills, making active student-centered learning very difficult. So to sum up about classroom side, we can say that in Cambodia, we see the contrast that public school system often operate on the board shift model with large class of over 45 students where individual attention is a large luxury. And on the flip side, smaller classes were great for student-centered activity, but it comes with a higher educational cost that isn't always accessible for to every community. So please move to the next slide, teacher. Okay, so in this slide, I will discuss about the different abilities in the classroom. So let me introduce you to the meaning. So different ability refer to the variety of students' learning levels, skill, motivation, and learning style within the same classroom. So as we know that every single student comes to us with a completely unique blend of learning levels, practical skill, motivation, and learning styles. So they don't start at the same place and they don't learn at the same pace also. So to manage this, we have to understand the different types of learners in our class, starting with our fast learners. So we have to know the characteristic of the fast learner. They are the students who learn quickly and complete task earlier than everyone else. They are putting their pencil down before, while the other are still on the step one. Yeah, and the biggest trap that giving them just to give them the busy work or let them sit inactive. So you have to decide because fast learner absolutely need challenging activities and they need extension tasks that push their critical thinking. If they are not engaged, they will get bored and a bored student can quickly become disruptive student. So that's all about my point. So next turn, it's my team turn. Thank you, teacher.
Okay, thank you so much for your sharing. So Nate.
Brother
Okay.
Kunwandi, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
Wendy,
yes.
please.
Well, the first of all, I would like to salute all venerable and good afternoon, lecturer
Yes, good
and good
afternoon, Wendy.
classmates. Okay, so I continue to the number three, yeah, different ability in the classroom, and as Simaj mentioned, there have there are three fast learner, slow learner, and average learner. As we know that teacher often have students with different learning ability. In order to have all students learn effectively, teachers should be adapt to their need. Yeah. So we have three. Yeah. Okay. So I move to the second. slow learner. So there are 3 points in the ABC. Okay, the first need more guidance. So slow learner as a student who need more time and support to understand new concepts and skills. And students often require clear instruction and demonstration, and teachers teach them step by step the explanation. For example, like teacher show the model how to write a paragraph before asking them or asking student to write their own sentence or their own paragraph. The teacher provide sentence the example first. For example, like use the present simple like yeah, my favorite hobby is football. Just example, yeah. And move to the second point is require practice. Slow learner usually need additional opportunity to practice what they have learned. For example, when the teacher teach them the new vocabulary and then let them make a sentence or they can complete yeah during the exercise or have a flashcard activity or yeah, also have a simple pieces. Yes. And C, learn at a slower pace. Learn at a slower pace in here refer to teacher. They have to know, they have to understand. The student have they have to take longer to process, to understand, and they can complete the task. For example, like lower student, they may if they read if they read the book maybe take uh, 20 minutes to 30 minutes for one task, but for the first student only 15. So the teacher have to understand the progress of the student or the level of student ability, and the teacher also have to understand that give them for the learner lower learner the extra time, yeah, divide them in the like have a lower group and faster student. Okay, so move to number 3 is talk about average student. Average student refer in here refer to the level of student. So the average learner can keep up with the regular classroom that the teacher the teacher instruct them and achieve and expect what the learning and outcome. Okay, average learner have three have two only two A and B follow the normal classroom section and B progress steadily with support. Okay, so the first follow normal classroom instruction. These students can understand the lesson through teacher teaching method and earn classroom activity. For example, they listen to explanation, they have to take note, they have to participate in discussion, and they have to complete assignment independently. Independently. And during the lesson, they have to follow the teacher instruction in order to understand or conduct yeah the their task. Okay, so B, move to B and progress steadily with support. uh, every learner uh, we have to improve they improve yeah, they understand with appropriate guidance from the teacher, or the teacher should uh, guide them and guide them and encourage them. But for example, like the teacher may or after the teacher teach, they have asked the question with unclear or have sometimes we have to get feedback from the teacher, so they can improve their writing, speaking, or reading, or solving the problem with their learning. So classroom activity for every learner should have like group discussion, or can have a peer work, or reading or comprehension exercise, or project-based learning, as Morning have mentioned, and let them present their topic or problem-solving task. Okay. So let's now move to next slide. Okay. So move to number 4, and teaching strategy for different ability. Differentiated instruction is a teaching approach in which teacher uh, modify the lesson, activity, or material assessment to meet different learning need, ability, and interest of the student, in order to ensure that all the students can learn effectively and achieve success or success their academic level. Uh, yes. So in here there are three. Have the way how to use. Uh, the first is using simple and advanced exercise, and providing extra support material, and giving different tasks to the group. Okay, the first teacher have prepared activity at uh, di- different levels to match student ability. And for example, if the teacher teach grammar like present simple or present tense, so teacher have to have a let a student to complete in the simple form in the blank sentence, just simple, or it's just simple, like example, like see, uh, like have space and play and football every Sunday. Yes, so we call it using simple. And advanced advanced exercise mean let them after explain, let them to do. Yeah, let them, and we will see the task is how much percent yeah that it can get right and wrong. So be providing extra support material. Teacher offer additional learning resources to help students who need extra assistance. Like vocabulary list with picture, or sometimes we have to use a graphic organizer or mind map, audio recording for listening practice, or video lesson and education websites, and step-by-step worksheet and study guide. Or let us see, giving different tasks to the group. Teacher divide students into group based on their learning need or ability level, and assign different tasks. For example, like environmental topic, like group one. For a slower learner, Yeah, they can let them match picture with the vocab, or like for the average student, read a short passage. For example, I read from fast learner, or example for the fast learner, and average learner, and advanced learners. Yeah. So for fast learner. So for the slower learner, let them match picture with the vocabulary. For the average learner, like let them read a short message and answer a comprehension question. And so I think my topic is came to the end, and thank you, lecturer, and thank you all my classmates for paying attention on my presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So next, number 4.
Brother Bona.
Good afternoon, Professor, and
Yes, good
good afternoon.
afternoon.
Classmates. So I'm going to discuss some points inside our presentation. So the first one is talking about group work and pair work. Second part is going to be like classroom management techniques. And the third one is talking about large classes. And the final one will be talking about major building classes. So now let's go back to those points one by one. So group work and pair work. This is talking about when you talk about like group work is like students work together in order to support each other in learning process. Group work and pair work, can be like getting involved students in operating to complete tasks, to solve problems, discuss idea, or practice. Instead of learning only from the teacher, students themselves can even learn from each other by sharing their knowledge and experiences in learning. For
Excuse me,
example,
Bernard. Excuse me, Bernard. Can
yeah,
you speak loudly? I cannot hear you properly.
my internet is not really good, teacher.
Okay.
Sorry for that. All
So
right.
please
So,
try your
for
best as
example,
possible as you
yep,
can,
yep.
please.
Sorry for this. Sorry. So, for example, two students practice conversion in English most of the time in order to improve their pronunciation. And second example, like a group of four students together in order to solve like a kind of science problem. So here are some benefits of like group work or pair work. So group work and pair work can be providing a lot of many advantages in the classroom. Like number one, increase student participation. Number two, make lesson more interesting and interactive. And the third one, develop teamwork and social skill. And the last for number four, allow students to learn from different perspectives. So it's not only those points, but talking about encourages communication. So students, when they work together, they can even have more opportunity to speak, to listen, to ask questions and express their opinion. This is especially useful in learning because the student practice using the language in real situation. And the other point is talking about build confidence. So whenever they work in group, whenever they work in pair, student can, sometimes they feel shy, but day by day they can, getting involved with this kind of activities. So working with a partner or small group create a safer environment where they can practice and gain confidence before sharing with everyone, right? And promoting like peer learning, student can learn from classmates who may understand a concept better. Strong student can help like those who are really poor. So this is talking about how they can, you know, talking about helping each other. And my second main point from this presentation is talking about, you know, classroom management techniques. Basically, when teacher, you know, those teacher who are responsible in teaching like live classes. So, what are the techniques in order to use them practically in teaching? Classroom management refer to method teachers use to create and organize positive and productive learning environment. Like strategy, planned action teacher use manage student behaviors and learning effectively. For example, like number one, establishing routine. Second one, like organizing seating arrangement, like put student in two places. And number three, using like positive reinforcement. Then also classroom management technique can be talking about clear instruction. Teacher should explain tasks simply and clearly, concisely to so students know exactly what to do. So some good practice about clear instruction can be like use simple language, not really the strong one. Give step-by-step direction. Check student understanding before starting to do the other activity. And also talking about classroom rule. So this also very important. The rule can help to maintain order and create a respectful learning environment. For example, raise your hands up if you want to ask or if you want to speak. Respect each other opinion. So like using like all the idea can be good in order to not really to look them down. Like students have to be arriving on time, keep the classroom clean. So these belong to like rule inside the classroom. Time management also, teacher need to use class time effectively to maximize learning. For example, time to start the lesson on, set the time for the activity, like making sure that the time is really limited for practicing any exercise. And here also like when we are talking about classroom management, sometimes we face a lot of problem when we are using like student-centered activity like teacher, working as a facilitator in order to help student at the backside when he or she is designing any activity for student to work like using a kind of student center. So that student need to uh, go through this activity that the teacher just someone who can give idea or direction of doing this or that. For example, like student center can be like group discussion, role play, problem solving tasks, project based or presentation. And here I would like to talk about challenges in live classes. So live classes have often have many students joining, making technical management more difficult. So sometimes like the class can be really noisy and be facing like discipline problem and solution like we are the teachers. We should establish like clear rule for this. Use attention signal, organize structured activity, and besides that, we can like using limited time for feedback. I think that I would like to have some more on this. Then I will presentation up here, right? So the last point that I want to talk is about challenges in ability classes. So talking about different, ability in learning. Right? Some students they are even stronger than the others. So make sure that we know how to, teach them effectively. Like some students they can learn faster than the other. So we need to find, practical technique or strategy in order to teach them. And I think that should be all for my presentation. Then I would like to end it now. Thank you so much, Professor and everybody.
Okay, thank you, Buna, for your presentation. Okay, number 5, Nate, who's presenter?
Tarim.
Okay, Tarim,
Okay. Me, teacher.
Yes, Tarim, right?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Greeting teachers again,
Yes.
venerable, and all the teacher participant here. I'm Tarim, so I'm going to explanation about the challenge facing by the teacher or the teacher facing in the like class in mixed ability. Yeah, we think that normally or currently teacher between public or private school facing this challenge. First thing in like class, noise and discipline problem. Yeah, I think this problem it happen every class or maybe some teacher usually facing in every day or every class also, because I think that it based on the student background. When the student come from the like a not good environment, so the emotional or attitude of the student will be they not attention more. And I will give a solution after I explanation this part in the next slide. The second one, limited time for feedback. Yeah, in like class, so we have maybe 30, 40 to 50. Yeah, in public school. Yeah, exactly. So when the teacher give the feedback, when a student do something wrong, maybe teacher spend more time to talk. Like in the class, for student they make a mistake 4.5. So how many times that the teacher give the feedback for student should be a whole or just only in a person. Another one, difficult monitoring. Yeah, exactly. You know about the amount of the student to many students. So the monitoring may be lack of how to control them appropriately, but it's still some of the issues that happen in the like class. Another one, we focus on the student in like class, but in mixed ability. The first thing, different knowledge or capacity about the learner, maybe low, slow learner, and faster learner. Another one, the balancing student participant. Yeah, we think that we can balance the student participant in group work or pair work is valid, but the
Okay, Tarim, I cannot hear you.
or student they cannot.
Oh, okay,
Yes,
please continue.
okay. Okay, so preparing suitable material. Yeah. Before we take, we should to be preparing the material like paper, worksheet, or Pictionary, featured art, or to help students learn. When you take without any material, so how your student you can imagine. Okay, thank you. Let's move to the next slide. Teacher. Okay, so solution and recommendation. I'm not sure, but my answer is to give solution for teacher. Maybe some have advantage, maybe not enough. The answer just only give you the first thing, effective planning. Yeah, we know that teacher before start teach student should be preparing lesson carefully, because when we plan we need to know about the student background, and we know about the content, how to teach the student, or set the objective first one. And after you set objective, you need to be use some technique or activity that related to a student can do. You can evaluate their ability before you assign. Another one, we think that makes ability teacher should be maybe do many work, because to design the worksheet may be different, not the same in student mixed ability. And second one, technology. Yeah, technology is one part of educational that helps students to learn, teacher to teach a student, avoiding writing too many words on the whiteboard. Just only use the technology like projector. As my experience, I always use project to help or to learn, like reading or take vocabulary or conversation or speaking. Yeah. This just only help us, like when we start do the exam, maybe do on Google Form or presentation to have student learn, and student can learn from the technology, not on not focus on the old traditional, like you take vocabulary, just only translate the word or to the Khmer meaning. Yeah, we can use projector to show the picture with the word that related. And the next one, we focus on encouraging student participation. Yeah, teacher should motivate all the students to join class activity. As my experience, this one, when we start or give student or assign student to do something, you need to have a gift for them before we start assign. I think that is one of the benefit for student. When the teacher give a score for them, the student maybe they collaborate together and they encourage each other to work when the teacher assign in group work or pair work. So this is the one effective technique to help student in participant. Teacher, can you move to the next one? Okay. So conclusion, we focus on the classroom side and student in mixability. Yeah, being a teacher, you should know much more the background or emotional of the student before we start processing your teaching or give the lecture to the student, and need to align the activity that help the student enhance in learning and by make them active in the learning. Okay, thank you. So if my answer not is enough, teacher can clarify more, because I haven't had or draft any script to speak, just only direct what I understood from the point, because I for my habit I haven't take some script before I start, just only direct what I understand in my brain, and can catch up the main point. Thank you, teacher.
Okay, thank you, Tarim. Yes, good. Thank you for your preparation and present your topics. So this is the different, right? Okay, so now welcome to Q&A. So if anybody have questions, so please raise your question to group 4 directly. So please. Any question related to this topic? Yes. Class size and difference ability. So please. Good afternoon, everyone. Why are you so silent?
Good
You feel
afternoon,
asleep
Chair.
after lunch?
Yes,
Chair,
boss.
have
Sir,
one
this
question.
Okay. So
this
please.
topic related to Bon Chan
One day.
Chanida. Bon Chanida this morning asked about her class has 55 students. It referred to the class size and different ability.
Yes.
Yes.
So what do you want to raise? The question, episode?
No, not yet.
Okay. Anida, you want to repeat your question again? Janida? Okay, maybe she does. She is not here.
Excuse me, Chair.
Yes, please raise your question.
Okay, I ask
What's
the
your name?
question
Tell
is
me your name.
my name is Hua Chen Lee.
Okay, Ho Chen Lee. Yes, nice, Chen Lee. Please.
Okay, I would like to ask group 4.
Yes.
What is group work and pair work?
Okay. What is group work and peer work?
Yeah, I'm doubtful.
Okay. So
What are the purpose of group work and pair work? Which one you emphasize on? About the how teacher did assign or what?
I mean, yeah, the teacher, but I forgot name. That is responsible for group work and pair work. Like number 2 and number 3 remain. And then I prefer that question. What is group work and pair work? Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah, remain 2 and remain
explain.
3. Yeah. Just a simple question.
Okay, if you think group work, if your class has not many students, you can assign in group work. It's useful for students to reduce noise. Oh, sorry, they can discussion, but it has some disadvantage about the noise after the discussion. But it helps students to they give opinion or the sharing the idea because some students may be shy to share. So if they can work group with a friend, they can sharing what they understood also. And pair work is normally used for the like class because if the student they move to group work like among the student 50, how many time you spend for the student they find their group. This is the or the partner. If we think design or assign student work in paid easily, teacher to monitor it one pair to one pair, and teacher can monitor, but not normally covering all the pair, but just only a few. But is the benefit is just only to reuse a noise for student. Yeah, thank you for my idea.
you get it,
Thank
Lee?
you. Thank you, Chan.
Yes. You get it. The answer from Tarim, right? Tarim.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So now I would like to clarify what are difference between group work and peer work. Okay.
So can I add some
Yes,
point
yes, you
regarding
can add.
this?
Yeah, please.
Actually, from my own perspective, group work and peer work seem to be a kind of student-centered approach, which allows students to do more practice by themselves. So, like peer work, basically, like from my experiences, I use peer work whenever we are conducting like a kind of dialogue, like conversation, while group work is going to be the number is even more than that, more than peer work. in order to for group work, like they even have more, more time in order to find like solution for any kind of task. So that's from my own perspective between group work and pair work. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Okay, anyone want to share? Please. Okay, you can go directly. I have heard you raise your hand, so you can add.
Me, teacher Navi.
Yes, Navi. Yes, Navi. Thank you.
Teacher, I have one question to ask group 4.
Yes.
Depending on my experience,
Mhm.
there are many, a lot of slow learner in the class. So it's mean that around only example 60 students in class, and there are only 10 students that can be catch up the lesson, and 15 or 50 or 40 students are slow learner. How can teacher solve this problem and teaching how can a teacher use the technique to teach them when there are a lot of slow learner in the class like that?
Okay. So do you get the question from Navi? Group 4 members.
Got a question?
Yes.
How it's mean that a lot of slow learner in the class. How can
Yeah.
teacher solve the problem and use what techniques that will teacher use for teach them and arrange some work or materials?
Can
Okay.
you give the exact a slow learner for vocabulary or learn grammar or speaking? Which one do you want to focus on?
Most of them when they it it all like reading or vocabulary, grammar. Yeah, when it means that they don't understand when he
I got your question, Sister Navi.
yes.
Yeah, so I can share some idea. There are many ways that teacher can help, but it seems like teacher have to work more harder. And so the first thing that you can do, if there are just a few slow learner, so you can help them after class, or you can let the fast learner help them. But if there are maybe around next to half and half, so you can separate students sit, like you have to arrange the student sit, slow learner with the medium or fast learner, something like that, so they can help during the lesson or after, whenever, yeah, they can help. And then another thing is refer to the teaching material. So you need to create visual or real world, relate, like you said, really, sorry. And like when
Yeah.
you give instruction, you can draw, or you can yeah, like doing everything that make them feel it's easier and convenient for them. And another things is refer to the task that you are going to give to the students, so that you have to separate the different type for the slow learner and the fast learner. For example, like the fast learner will write a full sentence or full paragraphs, but the slow learner can just, you can just ask them to write one clear sentence, and then it can become like a scaffolding work. And also, you have to do the regular check-in for the slow learner student, that you have to regularly check up with them where they are right now, and do they have any difficulty, or you can use some techniques, some easy technique like sum up, sum down. Like when you want to ask, are they finished? Do they understand? Do you feel it's easy for you? So they can just show their thumb up or down, or just like some teacher use the traffic light card, flashcards. Yeah, there are maybe there are many more ways that it's differentiate to other teachers' technique, but this is just my idea. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so uh, now we ask a question.
Yeah.
So I can add
Thank you
like
so much.
more. I can add more like it is the most difficulty for teacher that have a lot of slower learner, right? So as I mentioned many way, so I can add more like the teacher have to explain the lesson step by step, not so fast, and use like simple language. Yeah, but the most difficult one for the fast learner, and have to add additional exercise or homework, and we have to review many times, yeah, for them, and also use like picture or chat video in order to support, yeah, they understand. Or the most that difficulty for teacher is you have to spend more extra time, yeah, with the poor student, yeah, and motivate, encourage them again and again, yeah. So the difficulty is spend much more time with them and many strategy, yeah. Okay, it's my idea. Thank you, Navi, for asking the question.
Okay, thank you for your answering the questions. Okay, so now I would like to sum up your questions. So the first question is the Chen Hua. She wants group force member to separate the difference between group work and peer work, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes. So you have to remember that when we talk about group, okay, group mean the teacher have to assign student 3 or more than 3 students that they can work together by the teacher giving them the topic, specific topic with clear instruction to the students. This is we call group work. For example, if we are in the physical classroom, I have to assign you to work in group. Mean 4 students or 5 students, one group, and I have to give you the specific topic with clear instruction. So this is we call group work. But if you talk about the peer work means the student have to work in twos. In 2 students, only 2 students, okay? And the student have to work together. The student have to interact directly with the student who are sitting next to them or sometimes in separated to them, so they can work together. Just only 2 students that they can, sometimes you can get your student to make a short dialogue or short conversation in the class, something like this, but we focus only the 2 students that can work together. So this is we call peer work, isn't it?
Thank you, Cha.
Yes,
For
yes,
now I'm clear.
yes. Okay, so move to the second question that Navi, is it correct? Navi's question?
Teacher
Yeah,
Navi.
teacher.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, Navi. So Navi sees concerns about many students. They are slow learners. I would like to translate in Khmer. នៅក្នុងក្រសួងអប់រំតាំងពីសម័យមុនគេហៅថាសិស្សរៀនខ្សោយ ចឹងណាសិស្សរៀនខ្សោយសម័យមុនគេប្រើអញ្ចឹងណាប៉ុន្តែមកដល់សម័យនេះគេឲ្យយើងប្រើសិស្សរៀនខ្សោយព្រោះកាលណាយើងប្រើពាក្យថាសិស្សរៀនខ្សោយចំពោះមុខសិស្សដែលគាត់រៀនពិតជារៀនខ្សោយមែនអញ្ចឹងគាត់អាចមានការបាក់ទឹកចិត្តអញ្ចឹងគេឲ្យយើងប្រើជាខ្មែរគេនៅក្នុងក្រសួងអប់រំដែលគេប្រើសប្តាហ៍ថ្ងៃគេហៅសិស្សរៀនយឺត so in English we call slow learners okay what I have to sum up your question in here it's just not the rule but it's depend on my experience in my school I also currently am teaching at a state school as well there are so many students in the class in my class teaching there are more than 70 students around 70 to 80 students per class okay and among of those students there are so many slow learners sitting in the class so what I have to share you here so the first one you have to make students to work in group as much as you can when you assign your student to work in group please explain them with clear topic explain them with clear instruction and one more thing you have to ask them again and again about the topic do you understand the topics what I just provide to you with a specific time 5 minutes or 10 minutes it depends on your teaching period so this is the first one and second for the slow learner you have to add more tasks for them sometimes you can give the lesson or more exercise to the slow learner to work as their homework and you can tell them that tomorrow or the next week or on Monday or Tuesday you have to return your exercise or your homework back when you return me on time I will give you the mark if you don't give me on time so you will not get the mark okay so this is the techniques that you have to give them more exercise or more homework for the slower student and the last if it is possible but in my school during the vacation so my school principal they just call all the students parents and make a small meeting with them and discuss with them if they just know that their children they are slow learner so the parent have to pay the school fee for those teachers who are volunteer to make up the class during the vacation okay or we call shadow education have you ever heard about the word shadow education
Yeah, teacher.
yes what does it mean means you have to make up the class okay you have to make up the
I
class
used to hear
outside the
shadow.
state school teaching period ខ្មែរយើងគេហៅថារៀនគួរហ្នឹងណា okay shadow education រៀនគួរ get it so the school principal should call the parents the students parents and just make a small meeting with them if they agree more than 50% plus 1%. So if those students parents agree with this point so the teacher have to announce the school principal should announce to the teacher so if any teacher free during the vacation they can come to teach for making up the class for slow learners so in this way it is not effective at all but just try your best if you have the privilege to improve the slow learner okay Navi
Yes, teacher.
you get
Teacher,
my,
but
yeah.
when we make in group a lot with the for the slow learner, they don't want to join.
Please, when you just make a group discussion with 3 ability student, mean the high, medium, and the slow learner join together. If you see that slow learner will not pay attention or join in each group, or sometimes they don't listen to you at all, so you can give the group leader to write their name. If you don't join, you will lose your mark. But you see, most of the students, they don't care the mark. Okay? So one technique, you can contact with the classroom teacher or go directly to the school principal to get their parents' phone numbers and then call to parent directly. It is possible for you. Okay? But for this way, you can solve it. At least the student, they just see that they have misbehavior. Okay, you get it, my point, Navi? But this is just only the theory, but the reality one, we have to solve step by step. I also face with these challenges, Navi, every day. But I try to solve step by step before I contact to their parents.
And moreover, when we put the homework for them, they don't do the homework as well, teacher.
Yes, of course. So as I said, if they cannot help themselves, so how can we help them? Even they cannot help themselves, how can we help? The teacher cannot teach the student without pay attention or without studying hard or working hard. No, cannot teach. Okay, because they don't want to learn. How can we teach them? How can we improve the slow learner like this? ដោយសូក្រាតគាត់Albert Einstein គាត់និយាយហើយគ្មានគ្រូណាម្នាក់ដែលបង្រៀនសិស្សចេះនៅពេលដែលសិស្សដែលមិនចង់រៀនហើយបើយើងដាក់ homework ឲ្យគាត់ធ្វើហើយគាត់អត់ធ្វើតាមយើងអាហ្នឹងមានន័យថាគាត់អត់ចង់រៀនហើយយើងទៅ improve គាត់ទៅជាសិស្ស average learner ឬក៏ fast learner ឬក៏ advanced learner មិនកើតបើគាត់អត់ចង់រៀនខ្លួនឯងផងមិនចាយើងចង់ជួយគាត់តែប៉ុន្តែគាត់មិនចង់ជួយខ្លួនឯងផងមិនចាហើយយើងទៅជួយគាត់មិន Okay, Navi?
Yes, teacher. Most of parents, they will blame school and teachers when their child fail the test at the end of the year.
If the student or if their guardians complain to the school, so let them come to sit in the class with you. It is possible. And just get them to look at their parents. How can they perform in the class? They perform well or they perform not well. Okay, if they complain. I agree with this point, just only individual, not at all. Most of the student guardians, they always complain. Only the teacher. And they always complain to the school at least. When the student play through in the school, so it also complain for the school. I don't know for this. Okay. ចឹងអាណាព្យាបាលសិស្សមួយចំនួនតូចវាមិនមែនទាំងអស់ទេចូលចិត្ត complaint ដាក់បន្ទុកខ្លាំងទៅលើគ្រូបង្រៀននឹងតែម្ដងយើងឃើញតាមបណ្ដាញសង្គមផ្សេងអាសិស្សវាយគ្នាមិនមែននៅក្នុងម៉ោងរៀនរបស់យើងក៏ដាក់បន្ទុកទៅលើគ្រូអាវាយគ្នាណាណៃនោះសោះក៏ដាក់បន្ទុកទៅលើគ្រូអប់រំកូនអត់ញ៉ាំបាយនៅផ្ទះក៏ឲ្យគ្រូជួយដែរបាទហើយគ្រូនឹងចង់និយាយថាគ្រូនឹងគាត់មើលកូនគាត់24ម៉ោងឬក៏យ៉ាងម៉េច đấy bà thà đâu thằng bà thom ok ở đấy nè thằng bà thom mà nó cứ miền kêu cái ta mui ở đấy bà lao mà nụ xia lai hay ọt kêu ta mui thế kêu cái tầm riêng ta màu còn vậy đó nạp xia ba sơ khác của còn vô lên tới nạp xia ba sơ còn khác nó còn ọt vô lên tới bên đằng ó hay khác vậy đó nè bà thì mình nuôi dương mua chủng luôn tốt còn chẳng để trôi chất vật tu đạp vật tục từ lừa kia chia chia cá châu rùm á ta bứt đầm bay dương châu rùm ạ thì vọt từ lừa này ở rùm nữa rồi mà miên tầm muối miên sao nè bà đôi ai đo một bạn nhiều đoàn tray có xuống ở rùm và mình sẽ phi cha hong chun là ron chẳng lô ban lừa lao hết đầm bay ạ thì vọt từ lừa con phiệp ở rùm nó cứ vì sai lừa cả ta trong luôn pram trong nói thom thom ấy nè bà cả ta ti muối nó cứ miền ca châu rùm com tro vì và một đặc nòm thì đoạt tha bị bà nó cả ta ti muối bà cứ lúc chui com tro từ lừa ca co sang sả la riêng cam phải thi sắc xa em xem nó bà chui com troไอ้ที่ปีนั่นคือแตะเตาจมูกหนึ่งพิบปันประสอบระบคณะกรบกรองนะคือในยุสลานะคือเท่าแต่เมียนมาพิบปันประสอบไอ้ที่ใบนั่นให้ทารายนาสปอนระบสลาเรียนนะไอ้ที่บ้วนคือสมัติพิบระบครูเรียนนะไอ้ที่ปรามนั่นคือการโจรวมระบสหกรมไอ้เซนนาชีบาลบอกครูก็บังเรียนแต่เราขนมสลาเรียนเนี่ยเหมือนกันคอยสลาเรียนจังปีคนสตาร์ดอปเตี้ยยังไงมันไอ้เก๋มันเอาปุ่มมาได้มาดอมันจ้ะ
ไม่ช่วย
นั่นไงครูนาเตาโจรวมอยู่มวยเตี้ยตลอดเตี้ยก่อนมันจังไงจังงั้น
เจ๊
ให้มวยเตี้ยคือการคัดคอมปรังไพรหรือบอสเซอร์นั่นให้บอสเซอร์นั่งอัดคัดคอมปรังไพรขลุ่นไอ้พ้องมันช่วยขลุ่นไอ้พ้องเราไอ้นั่นจะช่วยแล้วครูก็จังช่วยบรรดาคนสร้างความจังช่วยคนไอ้พ้องโดยอย่าวิเลิกลางมันยังไงใช่đã homework ở phương đã dương nghe rõ mũi ta dương chỉ cru cứ trong chuối ấy hay bà dương mơ dương hay nâng cru chẳng nhẽ còn sao hay nâng cru nó ăn miên cho sạch chiêm như sao phần vậy chắc mày mét đã bắt tục từ lứa sắc mũi đấy ó đấy cứ miếng ca châu luôn được ở đâu trong lực lao với ta ai đó một bạn độ ai lực lao hay là bay à vì vô từ lứa này ông rống bị trong châu luôn được ta pram sừng khăn mà đòn tiết thì mỗi cái ca miếng ca châu luôn con trâu thì đi đoạn thả bá thì pi nó cứสมาร์ทเพียบดักนอระบอบในยุคสลายขณะกรบกรองเซนนะไอที่ใบนั่นคือเหตุทาราชนาสัมพันธ์ในครองสลายเรียนไอที่บุตรคือสมาร์ทเพียบบาวิจิจิเวระบอบครูเรียนไอที่ปรามนั่นคือแตะเตาจมูกหนึ่งการคัดคอมปรังไพรระบอบเสนอขณะเรียนนะการคัดคอมปรังไพรเรียนสดบากรทัตตาบากรมีการคัดคอมปรังไพรให้บัสันจะกรมีการคัดคอมปรังไพรส่วนต่อไปไอเตอร์รุ่ยให้มวยเทียดได้ยอมมาทำเอานั่นคือการโจรวมระบอบสหกรมการโจรวมระบอบสหกรมมีต่างออกพวกมาได้เสมูจำนวนโต้ก่อนจังเลยนอกของสหกรมเนาะกวดกระทาสลาเรียนคือเชียศึกประดับบุกระบอบในโยสลาลูกครูนักครูตั้มเปิดอดสลาเรียนนั่นคือเชียระบอบสหกรมตู้เต่าจังอ๋อหน่อยนั้นก็เชียการมาศึกอ่ะอดไอทาเชียบุคคลแบบเนี้ยก็เท่ากันเนี่ยอดเลยเห็นไหมบางกวดเชียเนี่ยคณะกรบกรองก็เชียนิยมนกของสลารถจังมีในตะกอนกรอนได้จีบบุคคลแบบนี้ได้มีการจัดตั้งเจงปีขณะดักน้อมระบอบมันตีหรือกระทรวงอบรมยุวชนนั่งกันแล้วให้มันตีหรือกระทรวงอบรมยุวชนนั่งกันแล้วจีเสนาธิการระบอบนี้รอดทางที่บ้านจะดีเนี่ยจังก็เถอะโจรวมต่างอ้อยืนก็ดับประตูแต่เลือกกี่มาแข่งอย่างนั้นนะเถอะโจรวมต่างอ้อแต่ปนก็ลองมกนับชีบาคลาสก็อัดโจละดับประตูแต่เลือกครูอัดอาจจังแม่เนี่ยคือเท่ามีการโจรวมต่างออกนี่นั่งมันประปอนอบรมบ่ยืมไปไอเตอร์รุ่ยมันจังไง
yes
teacher
เดี๋ยวไอจะโจรวมมวยแม่เนี่ยแบบให้ใบยืมก่อนเรียนนุเชียไลให้นุเชียไลติดครูก็มาเรียนตามเมาแบบก่อนจับเมาแบบก่อนจะสาวจะดูไอกระสายเซ็งหรือดูทิศเซ็งนั่นใบโยมแบบความโตรเซ็งติดให้นาวีก็เลิกลางmình chẳng thàไปคลาสยังจังช่วยก่อนได้แต่เรา slow learner นั่นเป็นได้ slow learner ครับก็อัพจังช่วยก่อนไอ้เพราะไงยังจะช่วยก่อนทำไมเราตัวใบจะครูน้องมาไปทานแบบอันแน่ก็ได้มีวิธีซักคนโยนละอ้อยังไม่ก็ได้แบบคนใส่นั่นก่อนมันจังช่วยก่อนไอ้เพราะจะถึงไหนนั่งเวียนไอ้ตัวรุ่ยมันยังไงอะไรตัวรุ่ยสิโอเคจังส่งไปดังจ้านะมีอะไรงอดีเด้ any question or you want to share you can share តោះមានទេយើងណាមានទេ
chẳng như thay trẻ teacher ដោយសារឥឡូវឥឡូវវាមានអប់រំវិជ្ជមានទៀតអត់ teacher
អប់រំវិជ្ជមានមែន
នៅចង់និយាយថាគេអត់ឲ្យយើងប្រើហិង្សាអត់ឲ្យយើងនិយាយសម្ដីធ្ងន់ទៅលើសាសអញ្ចឹងណាបាទចាអញ្ចឹងទៅសាសគាត់បានចិត្តតែគាត់បានចិត្តទៅពេលឲ្យទនកម្មអីក៏អត់ឲ្យយើងដាក់អីអត់ឲ្យពេលខ្លះគាត់អត់ធ្វើ homework អីអញ្ចឹងយើងឲ្យគាត់ទៅសេមេរៀនអីមួយសន្លឹកពីរសន្លឹកឧទាហរណ៍អញ្ចឹងណាគាត់អត់បានបាទដល់ពេលអញ្ចឹងទៅក៏តើគាត់លក្ខណៈថាបានចិត្តណាគ្រូអត់ហ៊ានធ្វើអីអត់ហ៊ានធ្វើអីទៅយូរទៅស្អីក៏អត់ចង់ធ្វើស្អីក៏អត់ចង់ធ្វើដែរបាទខ្ញុំយល់ហើយនឹងណាវីបាទយល់បាទបើយើងមើលទៅលើពាក្យថាអប់រំបំមាត់ដែលភាសាអង់គ្លេសថា education ណាបំមាត់ពាក្យថាអប់រំធម្មតាបើយើងយល់ន័យអាហ្នឹងណាវាមានទាំងផ្អែមមានទាំងល្វីងមានទាំងប្រៃនៅក្នុងហ្នឹងមិនអញ្ចឹងហ៎ពាក្យខ្មែរយើងណាតែយើងអត់យល់បាទបើអ្នកខ្លះគាត់អត់យល់ពីអត្ថន័យហ្នឹងណាគាត់ថាឲ្យតែអប់រំគឺដឹងឲ្យផ្អែមរហូតឃើញទេហើយពេលខ្លះយើងចង់ផ្អែមជាមួយគាត់ដែរប៉ុន្តែវាផ្អែមទៅកាលណាផ្អែមទៅគាត់បានចិត្តដល់ពេលបានចិត្តគាត់កោយើងបណ្ដោយកោពេញថ្នាក់នឹងបណ្ដោយហើយសំសិស្សហ្នឹង60នាក់50នាក់អីផងទៅបណ្ដោយគ្រូនឹងបាច់ដៃខ្យល់បណ្ដោយណា60នាក់ជាងអីណោះតិចចាខ្ញុំនៅវិទ្យាល័យខ្ញុំ60នាក់70នាក់អីណោះបាទមួយថ្នាក់ហើយបើខែក្តៅវិញបាច់ទេទាំងគ្រូទាំងសិស្សនឹងបែកញើសបាទហ្នឹងនៅទីក្រុងផងបាទអញ្ចឹងបានពេលមានជួបជំនួបអាណាព្យាបាលហ្នឹងចេះតែស្នើសុំគាត់កង្ហាលដាក់កង្ហាល 2-3 ម៉ោងថ្នាក់ហ្នឹងឲ្យគាត់ឲ្យដែរគាត់ឲ្យចូលរួមដែរបាទហើយបើយើងប្រៀបធៀបការសិក្សានៅសម័យនេះទៅសម័យមុនណានិយាយត្រង់នេះមិនមែនមានន័យថាយើងលើកដំកើងឲ្យប្រើអំពើហិង្សាទៅលើសិស្សអត់ទេហើយក៏យើងមិនមានបំណងមួយថាត្រូវតែវាយសិស្សដែរមែនទេមិនមានបំណងអញ្ចឹងទេនិយាយនៅត្រង់នេះគ្រាន់តែចង់ប្រៀបធៀបថាការអប់រំសម័យនេះទៅជាមួយសម័យមុនបើយើងប្រៀបធៀបសម័យ 4-20 ឆ្នាំមុនណាវាអត់មានបច្ចេកវិទ្យាទំនើបទេមែនអញ្ចឹងហ៎បាទបើយើងនិយាយអស់មកសូម្បីតែធ្វើកសកម្មវាមិនទាន់មានម៉ាស៊ីនអីធ្វើស្ទូងស្រូវអីផង4-30 ឆ្នាំមុនអីណាបាទមែនទេអញ្ចឹងបាទហើយទូរស័ព្ទ smartphone អីទំនើបវាមិនទាន់មានផងប៉ុន្តែយើងមើលការអប់រំមើលហើយចុះមានអន់ជាងសម័យមុនណាយើងមើលសម័យមុនណាយើងមើលការអប់រំមើលដូចខ្ញុំវិញខ្ញុំរៀនរូបគីមីអីតែងចាំរហូតដល់ឥឡូវហ្នឹងតាក់តងមកអាតូមអីហ្នឹងអាហ្នឹងការតែងបាទគ្រូប្រាប់ឲ្យតែងអាហ្នឹងអត់មានវិធីសាស្ត្រអីទេគ្រូប្រាប់ឲ្យតែងតែម្ដងព្រោះគាត់ថារូបមន្តដាក់ផលគុណជាកតាអីទោះបីជារៀនផ្នែក social science ក៏ដោយឬក៏ science ក៏ដោយវាតាក់តងគ្នាឲ្យមែនតាក់តងគ្នាមែនដូចខ្ញុំរៀនផ្នែក social science នេះប៉ុន្តែដល់ពេលអាមុខវិជ្ជា research នេះគេប្រើអាកម្មវិធី SPSS ហ្នឹងក៏វាតាក់ទងនៅហ្នឹងដែរព្រោះយើង analyze ទៅលើ data ដល់វិភាគទៅលើទិន្នន័យអីផ្សេងៗហ្នឹងណាអញ្ចឹងក៏វាតាក់ទងជាមួយអាហ្នឹងដែររូបមុនហ្នឹងដែរឃើញទេអញ្ចឹងគាត់ប្រាប់មានន័យថាគាត់ដើរមុនយើងបាទគាត់ដើរមុនយើងហើយគ្រូសម័យហ្នឹងវាយខ្ញុំរត់បុកក្តារខៀនមួយនិយាយត្រង់មករត់បុកក្តារខៀនគាត់ក្តារខៀនវាខ្លងលាក់គេណាយើងទៅសេដីសអត់មានធ្វើទៅស្អីទេគ្រូឲ្យរត់បុកអត់ចេះបុកលេខថ្នាក់ទី1ហ្នឹងរត់បុកក្តារខៀនហ្នឹងប៉ុន្តែអត់មានបាត់យកក្បាលទៅបុកអីទេយកកែងយកទៅបុកជាមួយក្តារខៀនបាក់ផាំងទៅគ្រូសងទៅគ្រូអត់ដាក់ទណ្ឌកម្មហើយបើគ្រូម្នាក់ឈ្មោះគាត់គ្រូរំបាទគ្រូហ្នឹងរៀនគណិតវិទ្យាកាចមកកាចនិយាយចំចាស់បាទនិយាយពីវាយអំពាត់វាយសិតតែឈាមហូរតាមអំពាត់អីនោះបាទហើយតិចតាយកទៅប្រាប់ម៉ែឪទៅគ្រូវាយខ្ញុំម៉ែឪបន្ថែមមកពុកម្ដាយគេមិនដឹងទេពុកម្ដាយរបស់ខ្ញុំដាក់វិញបាទតិចតែយកទៅប្រាប់គាត់អត់បានទេបាទហើយបើយើងប្រៀបមកដល់សម័យនេះបានទេប៉ះកូនគេល្បីពេញ Facebook លើហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងហ៎បាទឲ្យតែហ៊ានប៉ះល្បីពេញ Facebook លើហ្នឹង
ចឹងណាប៉ុន្តែយើងនិយាយទៅត្រង់នេះមិនមែនមានន័យថាខ្ញុំនៅនិយាយដែរមិនមែនមានន័យថាលើកតម្កើងទៅលើអំពើហិង្សាទេក្មេងខ្លះអត្តចរិតគេខុសគ្នាជួនកាលគាត់នៅផ្ទះចឹងទៅគាត់ខ្លាចឪពុកម្ដាយរបស់គាត់បងប្អូនគាត់អត្តចរិតរបស់គាត់ផ្សេងប៉ុន្តែនៅពេលដែលគាត់ជួបមិត្តភ័ក្តិរបស់គាត់នៅសាលារៀនគាត់សម្ដែងអត្តចរិតផ្សេងមួយទៀតចឹងណាបាទជួនកាលអញ្ចឹងប៉ុន្តែក៏មិនមែនទាំងអស់ដែរជាបុគ្គលទេខ្ញុំនិយាយជាបុគ្គលទេសិស្សខ្លះគាត់ល្អសិស្សខ្លះក៏អត្តចរិតនៅផ្ទះផ្សេងបាទនៅសាលារៀនផ្សឹងនេះទៅណាបាទ
Teacher, may I join a little bit?
Yes, please.
I don't know why, but the reason it's hard for right now for my student in grade 1. Teacher, do you know that around 5 students they cannot read Khmer, teacher. So I think that because of the way that they don't know Khmer and how can they learn English better. And teacher, will you teach Khmer in not foreign teacher?
I mean that because they just learn abroad or they just ask the Cambodian student and was born in Cambodia.
Cambodian student teacher.
Okay.
Public school.
Oh,
and teacher, so related to this question, I asked teacher Navi that teach kindergarten or primary school, right? So what is the problem?
I mentioned as I what and it.
Okay, please, you can share. Navi?
Yeah, teacher.
You want to share?
Oh, like I mentioned,
if they are Cambodian student, they cannot read our language. This is our mother tongue. So this is the big problem.
Yeah.
We should find the reason behind they cannot read our mother tongue. We should find any causes behind this way. But in order to solve problem, we can solve. Sometimes we can say being their parents, so their parents must guide their student immediately, even they are free or not. You want to share? Hello?
Yes, can I?
Okay, please.
If a student cannot read the mother tongue language, is based on the have some many factors. The first thing maybe come from the family barrier. Some parent maybe not give his children to read a book maybe 15 minutes a day before they sleep. They just only give a phone for a student. Just only look, they don't care because currently parents just only don't make the child make a noise loudly, just only keep them silent. And another one, they feel like don't want to study because the parent they don't give encourage them to learn, just only in Khmer ហើយទៅតែរៀនតែអ្វីគិតអីច្រើនទេអញ្ចឹងគាត់អត់មានឆន្ទៈក្នុងការរៀនគឺគាត់ឲ្យទៅរៀនផុតពីផ្ទះហ្នឹងតែ Another one is based on their own sense about the feeling they want to learn or not. Like I think it's the one thing is from the genetic of the family or the parent. If the parent genetic is good at learning, I think the children will be good also. That's my experience. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yes. The most important is parent. The parent have to engage, have to track their student all the time whenever they just come back from school. ចឹងកត្តាសំខាន់បំផុតគឺឪពុកម្ដាយតែម្ដងចឹងឪពុកម្ដាយនោះគាត់ត្រូវទៅចូលរួមឆែកមើលតើថ្ងៃហ្នឹងកូនរៀនបាននៅខ្លះមិនរៀនយើងនៅតែរកស៊ីអញ្ចឹងតួនាទីឪពុកម្ដាយនៅតែរកស៊ីប៉ុន្តែយើងរកស៊ីនឹងដើម្បីអីធ្វើការដើម្បីអីគឺដើម្បីតែកូនចៅហ្នឹងហើយចុះបើយើងមានពេលទំនេរឬក៏បន្ទាប់ពីយើងទំនេរពីការងារឬក៏ការរកស៊ីអីហ្នឹងយើងគ្រាន់តែឆែកមើលសភៅឆែកមើលអីកូនបន្តិចទៅបាទតើគាត់រៀនដល់ណាដល់ណីហើយអញ្ចឹងយើងគួរតែឆែកមើល កត្តាសំខាន់បំផុតគឺឪពុកម្ដាយគឺឈឹងតែនៅជាមួយកូនហ្នឹងគឺឈឹងតែ24 ម៉ោងដែរហាចឹងណាយើងត្រូវឆែកចូលរួមបំផុតណាជាមួយនឹងឪពុកជាមួយនឹងកូនហ្នឹងបាទព្រោះគ្រូគាត់ជួបដូចខ្ញុំនិយាយអញ្ចឹងដែលថាបើសិនថ្នាក់បឋមបាទបើគេមានវេនតែមកចូលម៉ោង 7 ចេញម៉ោង 10 ទេថ្ងៃច័ន្ទដល់ថ្ងៃសុក្រអីហ្នឹងទៅណាឬសៅរ៍ទៅឧទាហរណ៍ហើយមកដល់ថ្នាក់នុវិទ្យាល័យទៀតវាកើនមុខវិជ្ជាថែមទៀតដែរដល់ពេលកើនមុខវិជ្ជាថែមទៀតអញ្ចឹងគ្រូគាត់បង្រៀនតាមមុខវិជ្ជារបស់គាត់ទេឯកទេសអង់គ្លេសអញ្ចឹងទៅបង្រៀនអង់គ្លេសអញ្ចឹងទៅម៉ោងគាត់ឯកទេសរូបអញ្ចឹងទៅរូបរបស់គាត់អញ្ចឹងឯកទេសគីមីគណិតអីខ្មែរអញ្ចឹងទៅផ្នែកហ្នឹងទៅប៉ុន្តែកត្តាសំខាន់បំផុតគឺឪពុកម្ដាយចូលរួមតាំងពីគាត់នៅតូចនេះហើយតែឪពុកម្ដាយអត់ចូលរួមនៅគាត់នៅតូចហើយឡើងមកដល់ប៉ុណ្ណាគាត់អត់ចេះអានមកដល់ណាទី7ហើយមិនទាន់ចេះអាននេះចប់ហើយចឹងបាទពឹងអីទៀតឡើយនេះហើយយើងថាភាសាអង់គ្លេសវាភាសាបរទេសចុះណាបាទវាអត់ចេះអានក៏អត់អីដែរហ្នឹងប៉ុន្តែភាសាដើមកំណើតខ្លួនឯងអត់ចេះអានទៀតចប់បាទខ្ញុំដឹងថានិយាយមិនទេបាទហើយនិយាយខ្ញុំនេះចូលរួមឡើងហ្នឹងទេប៉ុន្តែគាត់តែចង់លើកទឹកចិត្តឪពុកម្ដាយហ្នឹងគឺឲ្យគាត់មានការចូលរួមជាមួយនឹងការសិក្សារបស់កូនគឺសំខាន់ណាស់ការចូលរួមពីឪពុកម្ដាយនេះបាទតោះនេះយើងចង់ជឿឥឡូវមិនទៅមើលសាលាណាហើយក៏មិនទៅមើលថ្នាក់ដែរហើយឡើងច្រើនហ្មងជឿបាទហ្នឹងហើយខ្ញុំយល់
ខ្ញុំសូមចូលរួមឡើងហ្នឹងតិច
បាទ
ឆ្លងកាត់បទពិសោធន៍ដែលខ្ញុំធ្លាប់បរៀនមិនថាតាមផ្ទះឬក៏តាមសាលា
Yes
អ្វីដែលខ្ញុំសង្កេតឃើញបំផុតដោយបងលីដាគាត់លើកឡើងអញ្ចឹងថាគាត់អត់ចេះខ្មែរអញ្ចឹងគាត់ពិបាករៀនអង់គ្លេសអាហ្នឹងជាកត្តាមួយដែលសារតែគាត់ខ្សោយមូលដ្ឋានគ្រឹះព្យញ្ជនៈនិងស្រៈអីប្រកបអីផ្សេងទៅពេលដែលហើយគាត់គ្រូនៅបឋមអីចឹងទៅឬក៏មត្តេយសិក្សាហ្នឹងទៅគាត់ចិត្តតែរុញឡើងអីចឹងទៅអាហ្នឹងក៏ជាមូលហេតុដែរហើយកត្តាទី2កត្តាឪពុកម្ដាយដោយលោកគ្រូហើយនៅអ្នកគ្រូផ្សេងទីគាត់លើកឡើងមិញហ្នឹងគឺគាត់អាចបានឆែកសភៅឬក៏តាមដានហើយគាត់លើកឡើងថាចេះចុះបើសិនជាគាត់អត់ចេះដែរនឹងតើគាត់ទៅបរៀនកូនគាត់វាម៉េចគាត់ទៅឆែកវាម៉េចចឹងណាគឺគាត់តម្លាក់បន្ទុកហ្នឹងមកលើគ្រូវិញម្ដងទៀតចឹងណាវាជាបញ្ហាហើយមានសិស្សមួយចំនួនដែលគាត់មករកខ្ញុំឲ្យគាត់ឲ្យដើម្បីបរៀនគ្រឹះអីចឹងណាបាទឧទាហរណ៍ថាគាត់រៀនទី4ទី5ខ្លះទី7ហើយអានបេកបើអត់ទាន់ត្រង់ជួរហើយទៅសេអត់មានរបៀបអីចឹងណាបាទទៅពេលហើយអ្វីដែលយើងជួយគាត់ហ្នឹងគឺយើងជួយមូលដ្ឋានគ្រឹះឡើងវិញតែតើតំណព្យញ្ជនៈ43តួពេលខ្លះគាត់ស្គាល់ពួកអពួកអអស់ហើយអញ្ចឹងគាត់អានអត់ចេញបាទគាត់អានអត់ចេញហើយបាច់ថាឲ្យទៅរៀនអង់គ្លេសឲ្យទៅរៀនខ្មែរនឹងឲ្យចេះសិនហើយបើសិនជាយើងចេះខ្មែរហើយបានចេះអង់គ្លេសទៅវាលឿនវាស្រួលក្នុងការស្ដាប់ព្រោះអីសំឡេងភាសាខ្មែរយើងវាសម្បូរបែបវាច្រើនអញ្ចឹងពាក្យមួយចំនួនវាស្រៀងនៅក្នុងការបញ្ចេញសំឡេងជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសអញ្ចឹងណាហើយបើសិនជាបងលីដាចង់ជួយគាត់មានន័យថាគាត់តែអាចយើងថែមម៉ោងសម្រាប់ក្រុមហ្នឹងបំពន់ភាសាខ្មែរគាត់សិនឲ្យគាត់ចេះអានមូលដ្ឋានគ្រឹះប្រកបពីថ្នាក់ទី1ឡើងវិញបើសិនជាគាត់ចេះកខស្រៈឬក៏ស្រៈពេញតួអីអស់ហើយឲ្យគាត់ឬក៏តាក់ទងទៅខាងគ្រូខ្មែរឲ្យគាត់បរៀនពង្រឹងឡើងនឹងឡើងវិញទៅហើយបន្ទាប់មកចាំយើងបន្តភាសាអង់គ្លេសបើសិនជាគាត់ចេះអានហើយមេរៀនប្រកបគឺនៅក្នុងថ្នាក់ទី1វាមានប្រកបនឹងកបន្តចបន្តអីផ្សេងអញ្ចឹងយើងអាចលើកចំណុចនឹងឡើងមកវិញឲ្យគាត់ពង្រឹងឡើងវិញតែគ្រាន់ថាគាត់ត្រូវ work hard បាទគាត់ work hard ជាងមុនដោយសារតែគាត់ទី7គាត់មានមុខវិជ្ជាច្រើនត្រូវមើលត្រូវអានត្រូវទិញប៉ុន្តែជារួមទៅបើសិនជាគាត់អត់ចេះអានផងតែសួរគាត់អានមិនចាំគាត់ទិញមិនចេះអញ្ចឹងវាជាបញ្ហាធំមែនតើហ្មងបាទខ្ញុំមានតែប៉ុណ្្នឹងអរគុណ
Okay thank you ពិសិដ្ឋ for your sharing ហ្នឹងហើយគ្នាយើងសិតតែដឹងសិតតែអីឲ្យលើកអស់ហើយបាទអញ្ចឹងនិយាយសរុបទៅមានតែយើងចូលរួមម្នាក់បន្តិចទៅហើយបើយើងស្គាល់អាណាព្យាបាលសិស្សសូមចេះជួយរំលឹកគាត់តិចទៅណាហើយបើ
Teacher អាច share បានទេចា៎
Okay តោះ share តិចមកបាទ
ជាទូទៅនៅក្នុងប្រព័ន្ធអប់រំស្រុកខ្មែរខ្ញុំឃើញតែមួយទេដែលធ្វើឲ្យវិស័យអប់រំរបស់យើងនឹងសិស្សធ្លាក់ចុះក្នុងការរៀនសូត្រតែមួយទេគឺវិន័យបាទ ខ្ញុំ compare សិស្សមិនថាកូនចៅជាជននៅជប៉ុនមិនថាក្នុងគ្រួសារក្នុងសាលារៀនក្នុងសង្គមគេកាន់ខ្ជាប់នៅវិន័យគឺជាច្បាប់តែពេលនៅសាលាគ្រប់បានល្អហើយទៅផ្ទះម្ដាយត្រូវតែអប់រំព្រានបដៅកូនហ្នឹងឲ្យគ្រប់វិន័យបានល្អទៀតមិនថាវិន័យគ្រួសារវិន័យសាលាកិច្ចការផ្ទះធ្វើឲ្យជួយប្រាប់ជួយណែនាំគឺវិន័យគូអរគុណ share បានប៉ុណ្ណឹង
Okay thank you for your sharing
យើងនៅសាលាផ្សេងទៅផ្ទះផ្សេងនិយាយរួមបរិបទខុសគ្នាមិនដូចនៅជប៉ុនអញ្ចឹងណាបើយើងនិយាយអញ្ចឹងហើយបើនៅជប៉ុនឬនៅចិនប្រទេសគេប្រជាគ្រាន់តែកូនតន់ទៅដល់ផ្ទះផងឪពុកម្ដាយគេដឹងថា homework នឹងអីគេហើយអញ្ចឹងណានេះយើងទម្លាក់ឲ្យអីហើយពេលខ្លះហ្នឹងគាត់មិនដឹងទាំងមើលមិនដឹងទៅនៅណានៅណីអញ្ចឹងណាទីចាបាទ
បាទហ្នឹងហើយទៅហើយបាទអូខេហ្នឹងហើយចឹងយើងចែកម្លែកប៉ុណ្ណឹងចោះណាបាទដោយសារយើងនៅសល់មួយក្រុមទៀតហើយយើងមានតែចូលរួមទាំងអស់គ្នាទេបាទបើសិនជាយើងស្គាល់ឪពុកម្ដាយគាត់អីហ្នឹងសូមឲ្យគាត់ជួយតាមដានទៅលើការសិក្សារបស់កូនបន្ថែមហើយបើសិនជាគាត់ពិតជាចង់ឲ្យកូនគាត់ចេះយើងអាចពិភាក្សាជាមួយនឹងនាយកសាលាទៅថាតើពេលវ៉ាកងបើអីហ្នឹងយើងអាចបង្រៀនគាត់បន្ថែមទេសម្រាប់កូនសិស្សណាដែលគាត់មិនទាន់ចេះអានអក្សរអីដោយយើងអាចយកកម្រៃណាមួយដើម្បីឆ្លើយតបទៅជាមួយនឹងការខិតខំប្រឹងប្រែងបង្រៀនរបស់យើងបន្ថែមណានៅពេលវ៉ាកងនឹងឬក៏ពេលណាមួយតាមដែលយើងអាចធ្វើទៅបានអញ្ចឹងណាបាទបច្ចុប្បន្ននៅខាងសាលាខ្ញុំគឺមានអញ្ចឹងណាប៉ុន្តែតើមានការយល់ព្រមពីអាណាព្យាបាល50ឡើងណាបាទ 50% បូក1ណាបានយើងអាចបើកអញ្ចឹងបានបើសិនជាអត់មានទេអាហ្នឹងក៏យើងមិនអាចធ្វើដែរព្រោះវាជាពេលវ៉ាកងតាមរយៈរដ្ឋគាត់ដាក់ឲ្យអញ្ចឹងណាវ៉ាកងប្រហែលខែទៅតាមកាលវិភាគរបស់រដ្ឋជាអ្នកដាក់ឲ្យណាតែប៉ុណ្្នឹងទេបាទហើយអាណាព្យាបាលខ្លះបើសិនជាអាចជួយតាមដានកូនផងបាទតាមដានកូនតាមដែលយើងអាចធ្វើទៅបានរកស៊ីការធ្វើការយើងនៅតែរកស៊ីការធ្វើការធម្មតាណាប៉ុន្តែនឹងទៅនឹងកុំភ្លេចការសិក្សារបស់កូនផងបាទហើយនៅផ្ទះឲ្យយើងត្រូវអប់រំឲ្យមានវិន័យល្អទាំងអត្តចរិតវិជ្ជាអីហ្នឹងគឺត្រូវតែមានវិន័យល្អតែម្ដងដូចខ្មែរយើងថាអញ្ចឹងថាទោះបីជាអ្នកឯងរៀនបាទដល់កម្រិតណាក៏ដោយប៉ុន្តែបើសិនជាសិលធម៌សុជីវធម៌ហើយនឹងគុណធម៌របស់យើងមិនមានហើយអ្វីក៏វាទាញទៅអស់ដែរទោះបីជាសញ្ញាបត្ររបស់យើងរហូតដល់មហាបណ្ឌិតក៏ដោយបើសិនជាសិលធម៌សុជីវធម៌នឹងវាធ្លាក់ចុះហើយគឺចប់ហើយមិនអញ្ចឹងហើយអញ្ចឹងបានយើងរៀនមកដល់ថ្នាក់មហាវិទ្យាល័យក៏យើងនៅមានសិលធម៌ហ្នឹងដែរណាបាទគេគ្រាន់តែរំលឹកទេរំលឹកយើងគេលោកពេលខ្លះយើងភ្លេចអញ្ចឹងណាប៉ុន្តែសំណួរសួរទៅវិញថាតើមនុស្សយើងនឹងអាចធ្វើល្អឥតខ្ចោះបាន 100% អត់ទេមិនអាចធ្វើទេទាំងគេទាំងខ្ញុំមិនអាចធ្វើដល់រហូតដល់ល្អឥតខ្ចោះសុំធម្មនិយាយរួមទៅកុំតែបៀតបៀនអ្នកដទៃទៅបានណាបាទគេក៏ចង់បានសុខយើងក៏ចង់បានសុខដែរណាបាទចាស់សូមសរុបប៉ុណ្ណឹងហើយអរគុណច្រើន thank you for your sharing ណាOkay, thank you group 1 group 4 sorry group 4 for your sharing